Namaskar. Welcome to Dr. Rao's Temple of Learning. This is your YouTube channel, Spiritual Management Course. Today I am presenting to you my 17th small independent discourse entitled as Consciousness, a Dimension of Scientific Spirituality. Yes, this is Dr. A.P. Rao, Vice President, Telecom Division, High Physics Laboratory, India Private Limited, MITC Ranjangaon, Pune, Maharashtra. Understanding through the course of spiritual management says the brain is the CPU of the body that translate contents of mind or mana to be given outside. Heart is figuratively believed to be related with emotions or sentiments, while mind or mana is believed to be related to rational thinking. And the spiritual management suggests not to consider ourselves as body or brain or mind only. Beyond this, we are basically the spirit or soul. So, welcome to this discourse. In Indian mythology, they have used the words Mendu for brain and Man for mind. The brain is a part of visible, tangible world of physical body. It is a physical instrument of the body seated in the skull of head. The mind is the part of invisible, transcendent world of thoughts called mana in Eastern mythology, for which no synonym is available in English. In fact, till date, the ambiguity related to the seat or place of mana in the body is not resolved. Mana is the coordinator between sense organs, organs of action, and soul. And this soul is essential for physio-mental balance of body. The man denotes existence, bright knowledge, origin of comfort, wholesome, etc. The man is said to be one of the sites of vital energy and senses as well. Mind is the manifestation of thoughts, perceptions, emotion, determination, memory, and imagination that takes place in brain. It is just a manifestation. As per the opinion of mystic Saint Charak, mana's location is probably in the head. The objects of mana are known to have great similarities with that of functions of brain. So, this mind or mana may not be confined to the brain only. It is said in Eastern mythology that the mind is spread in the human body from head to skin to everywhere in motor and receptor organs. It can be felt or recognized as you concentrate at any part of physical or mental body. This brain is the CPU, that is central processing unit of the body, that translate contents of mind to be given out to the outside. Now what about the heart? As per the medical science, scientifically, heart is the device that is located in the left side of the chest and the blood is pumped through it into the rest of the body organs. But in Indian mythology, heart is figuratively believed to be related with emotions and sentiments, while the mana is believed to be related to rational thinking. For some work, when you say, I am not feeling to do so, but anyway, I have to do it and complete it. Here, the heart and mind are talking to each other. Also, the mind or mana is known to have different levels of consciousness in Indian mythology. They call the Chetan, Avachetan, and Atichetan. A thought is believed to be generated through the combination of information stored in the brain of human being, which is controlled by the mind and finally decided whether the output is made public or not. For example, someone is not treating you properly, but you are not in a position to reply him in hard words. So you keep mum looking to the situation. Who has asked you to do so? It is man or mind. This is the case where the brain says reply hard, but mind suggests or instructs keep mum and do not reply hard. And you listen to the mind and behaves accordingly. This way, here the brain and mind are talking to each other. What is this space? Science says that the human brain is a 3.5-pound universe. How to talk about universe inside and universe outside? What are the constituents of this space? The spiritual management approach understands that the brain has a fixed place in the head while the mind or mana is spread over each and every part of the body. As per the mythological literature, when every particle in the cosmos is governed, created, and controlled by the mind, the brain also functions as the mind dictates. This is how the consciousness relates the brain and the mind. The consciousness is the energy filled in the space around us and in the brain as well. The spiritual management suggests us that we are in a pond of energy termed as space by us and that we have not generated it, but it is always present even before us and will remain even after we pass away. Consciousness cannot be fabricated, but it is everywhere in the universe. The energy of universe is consciousness itself, which neither can be created nor can be destroyed. In fact, we are the co-creators embedded in and live in a participatory universe, which is a conscious universe in the cosmos. Moscow-born professor of physics at Stanford University, Andre Linde quotes, "The universe and the observer exist as a pair, and the universe cannot ignore presence of consciousness." It is possible that consciousness may exist by itself even in the absence of matter. It would be just like the presence of gravitational wave. Consciousness may exist in all particles to create the more complex experience of human consciousness. No one knows what connects awareness, that is the state of consciousness, with its contents, that is thoughts and experiences. Sometimes we reveal presence of consciousness in the form of sixth sense. This sense is called proprioception. This sixth sense, in addition to the senses of sight, hearing, smell, taste and touch, is present in us. This proprioception refers to how brain understands where our body is in the space. It is known or believed to have genetic basis. You may be knowing a fish shark known to have strong sixth sense amongst all species, since they have special cells in the head. Spiritual management indicates not only are we in the universe, but the universe is in us as well. Our entire biological system, brain and the earth itself work on the same frequency. The spiritual management tells us that body and the brain do not have any free will to instruct anything to body and brain. But this power lies with individual standalone packet of quantum energy, that is soul. The soul lies with every living or non-living material in different amount. All such packets are connected to each other and know complete truth of the universe. So, spiritual management suggests that the destiny is not a dynamic parameter of the universe, but a static one as stated in Indian mythology. In general, dynamic means capable of action and or change, while static means stationary or fixed. So, one decides his destiny now in the present while doing any work. Western science is coming to Eastern philosophy by saying that in absence of observer, our universe is dead. And since the beginning, the Eastern Vedas are announcing loudly from the bottom of the heart the same fact. So, the spiritual management suggests not to only consider ourselves as body or brain or mind. Basically, we are the soul or spirit that has a power to control or instruct these above three, that is body, brain and mind. So as a concluding remark, we may say that the Western science is coming near to the Eastern philosophy through its experimentation. In conclusion, it may be said that the time has come to become more advanced in science and technology with the help of mystics, and at the same time analyze the mystic teaching with scientific approach for the betterment of mankind. This is how we observe development of consciousness, that is Chetna ka Vikas in Eastern philosophy, which is the only true development of humans. And my spiritual management course teaches us the same. Thank you very much. And as usual, I finish this discourse with a shlok from Veda. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Means it appears you can take as much